Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I'm Narita Miller. It's been about a week and a half from the backyard project, what I'm gonna call it, the gardening, the house planting and beautifying. So as you guys saw, I recently started up my raised bed planter, the greenhouse, and I even did a brief check-in demonstrating how just a few days after planting the seeds, they were already germinating and starting to come out. And guys, they have grown so much, and even the plants that I planted, the tomato, basil, the dill, and the marigolds that I put on the planter have got even taller. They've grown so beautifully. They're doing really good, right? Then throughout this weekend, my mother-in-law gifted me a tomato plant and a pepper plant, which I'm so grateful for, and tomatoes already started to come out, cherry tomatoes specifically. We eat a lot of herbs and vegetables in here, so I'm excited that the zucchini has got tall. There was 5 out of the 6 peas that I planted, or beans, that started to germinate, and today I saw the 6th one pop up, and extra basil that I started from seed, plus the one on the planter. But anywho, it's been a week and a half, and well, now that we got all that started, I wanted to supplement what I have begun to continue on a healthy seed cycle and, well, beautifying and enhancing our backyard. So after work, I made my way down the street to the Dollar Tree, and let me tell you, this is not a sponsor video, but boy oh boy, don't they have some really great garden and home items for $1.25. Now, some of these items did cost $5 or $3, but it was still such a steal in comparison to what those same or similar items cost online or at other stores. So with that being said, I'm excited to do my happy home gardening on a budget. So check out my Dollar Tree garden haul. Alright guys, so here we have a few of our Dollar Tree items that I want to add because I got new seeds. I want to plant them. I also have some of my seedlings that have started up already in the greenhouse that I need to transfer into a larger pot, which got me to invest in larger pots. Why is this necessary? Because as my peas and other plants like the zucchini, they have deeper and wider roots. I want it to flourish, and if you put these plants in a pot that's smaller, you limit its growth. And you may ask, aren't you going to do a raised bed on the ground? I am, and that will come in a future vlog. But for now, we're starting everything up in the greenhouse and on the planter. Okay, little by little. It's been a lot of hefty work, especially in this Florida heat, but I won't hold you too much. Let's do this Dollar Tree haul finally, guys. So as I began by mentioning that I needed larger pots, right? So I was like, should I get pots here today? Should I not? The pots weren't that big. But then on a different section, I found these massive larger pots. These are self-watering Dollar Tree planters in a beautiful terracotta color, pretty thick plastic, hefty. It has the self-watering slot here, which means that I could water it from the top, or I could pour water into this slot in here so that the roots can be well watered and fed. These were a whopping, where is it, $5, and I got 2 of them because I need one for zucchini and one for peas. The following items that you see here are trellises. I was concerned, I was worried at first that these wouldn't be the best size for what I needed for. But then, after much consideration and testing in our Dollar Tree, I realized that this is a pretty good size trellis for our peas. The idea is that it takes up the majority of the diameter here of the pot, because especially if I plant more than one pea plant, right? Let's say I do 3 of them going across in the center. I need enough width of the trellis so that each plant could climb up successfully without some going off the side. So that's why the size did matter for this trellis, and well, I got 4 of those. All right, I'm talking about planters and trellises. I also found these with hubby the other day at the Dollar Tree. So these are from the Dollar Tree. That, guys, I love this really soft beige color. These are a very interesting shape. Why, you may ask? Because they hang over the fence. So let's say this is my fence. They hang over, and I could decorate my fence with some beautiful flowers and blooms soon to come. Perfect. Also, and this is the last for the planters, I love these. These in like Home Depot, one similar to the size was almost $6, like 5 something or $6, and a longer one was like $10. But I got these for $1.25. So those were $5, these were $1.25, and guys, I got two. I'm so excited because here I will plant some flowers. I'm gonna add some flowers to the garden. I do have a lot of food, which is the main idea here, because let me tell you, it's been getting a bit expensive, so I'm like, I need to be able to eat off my plants, but some florals to, you know, spice up the area. I also got these for seed starting. Okay, so there's that, and it's a pack of 6 for $1.25 is not bad. And these, they're not too strong, but they don't have to be permanent. These are temporary. Remember, it's for seed starting, and then you transplant them in a heavier pot or in ground or on your planter. Then I also got seeds for some gladiolus flowers. 1, 2. These are anemones, which I thought these were so pretty. Add color. I'm so excited about this wildflower blend, this Maguana planter. And wow, another hummingbird wildflower blend that I'm so excited about, guys. And I'll talk about this in just a moment, because with this hummingbird seed mix, I also got the hummingbird feeder. I'm gonna hang this over a tree stem near the garden, near the greenhouse. And they also sold, guys, this was $1.25. They also sold the food, the hummingbird food mix for, you know, the hummingbirds. And then I could feed them and see the birds through the window, and I'm just living right now. So guys, don't sleep on the Dollar Tree or dollar store in general, because you could get a lot of good garden items for a fraction of the price that you'll find it online. And if the lighting changed a little bit, is it's getting dark and I had to switch cameras because my other camera died on me. All right, so far we have some new planters to strategize and how we're going to continue to build our home backyard garden. And I got some seeds, right? But I got some floral seeds, right? Guys, microgreens. Each of these packets were $1.25. They are organic. These it says it's non-GMO. This isn't like fake stuff. This is real microgreens, and I can't wait to plant these. I may plant these microgreens in these long ones and then see them grow. It's recommended to start this indoors. I may start it in the windowsill, God permitting, or in front of a window, maybe in the greenhouse, since I'm gathering that it needs to be closed. But these come out in like 5 days. I'll be able to cut these microgreens to make salads, which I'm excited for. Grab some cherries, some salad, and then we want to sow cucumbers for later too. But it says here, the blend of microgreens that these include for only $1.25 from the Dollar Tree are red cabbage, akra, kale, lasanito, mustard, tatsoi night, cabbage pak choi, and mustard mizuna. So there is a blend of different microgreens, and guys, this is so healthy. Boost of nutrients that your system needs. You could put it in a salad, you could put it in anything really, even like in a smoothie. I guess eat your microgreens. This is important, and I'm excited. I got 2 packets. I was like, I want these year long, and they're good until it says December of 2025. So you could grow these throughout the whole year, eat, and be healthy. So also with that, I also got more vegetables here, or fruits. So guys, another thing is, some of these last like week and a half ago, I got at the Home Depot for like $1.99 each to $2.99 or $3, right? Three something, $3.49, $1.99. They ranged in prices. One was $1.29. You catch my drift, right? Basically, they were all more than $1.25. And at the Dollar Tree, I got 4 of these packs for $1.25. So yeah, 4 for $1.25. That's not bad. The microgreens were $1.25 each. Understandably so. But these were $1.25 each. We have 2 varieties of cucumbers. I love juicing cucumbers, so I know I want a good variety to make juices and salads. We love cucumbers here, so I know that's not going to go to waste, and it's intentional planting. So we have 2 varieties of cucumbers. I have one that's called Marketmore 76 cucumber and Straight 8. So a darker cucumber and it's longer, and this one is a thicker cucumber, but it's a lighter one. So eat your cucumbers. Hey, okay. Then also, I got some squash for the summer. This is because I want to seed cycle. I have a few seeds remaining from the ones I bought from the other store, but I want some for like continuous planting because we love our squash. We eat a lot of squash and earth foods. And then the other thing is pumpkin. Now they're promoting it like jack-o'-lantern. That is not why I'm planting them. I just really love pumpkin. Your girl eats pumpkin. Like I could get down to pumpkin in a variety of ways. So I want to plant it now in mid to late spring so that by the time summer comes around, I have some luscious pumpkins, God willing, and we could enjoy the fall. So there's that. The following thing is gloves. I was just so excited to see these hefty appearing. They appear hefty and they feel hefty. They have this thicker texture on the inside, and then of course the soft texture on top, but for grabbing and holding, and even the tips of the finger is like a harder material, which I appreciate because the gloves I was recently using, one of the fingers, like it tore through because it didn't have the shield, and on the other hand it tore here where the fabric was stitched. These feel stronger and a bit heavier, and $1.25, that's not bad. Okay, the following thing I found, which I'm so excited about because I didn't have to wait for these to get here from ordering them online, was these plant clips in different sizes. There's 2 different sizes, three different sizes of plant clips, and I'm going to use the larger clips that we need for our mango tree. So our mango tree started off really small. They were gifted to us. I'm so grateful, and you know, we've took care of it with per instruction, and thank God that now the 3rd to 4th, I think, year in a row, it's starting to bear fruit, which is great, right? They bear fruit around 3 to 4 years. But the thing is that we want to readjust where some of the stems is and the actual trunk. So we want to hold it up with some stakes. So therefore I need these large clips to clip it, and hopefully, you know, it'll work. But also, when doing trellises, I'm beginning the trellis for example, a tomato plant, a cherry tomato plant, or anything that climbs like beans or peas. I could help realign it by clipping the stem to either a bamboo stick or the actual trellis and help it stay where it's supposed to be. So these are gonna come through, and I got a bunch of them for more than 10 for $1.25. Now that's a steal. I've seen these online or even at other stores, and the pack alone is like $6-7 for maybe 5, and I'm getting here 10 for $1.25. That's incredible. And I also kind of try to test it. They're not too heavy, but they don't feel like they're brittle, like if they're gonna break anytime soon. So that's good. And the following thing I found were these lanterns, these solar hook lanterns. I'm so excited to share. So that's something that I totally left on accident. I forgot it at the store. Was I was gonna get the stakes for the lanterns, but I got these hooks that hubby's gonna drill onto the wall. And then these were $1.25, and they're strong, they're metal, okay? These are hefty. And then they sold a pack of 2 of these hooks so that we have a hanging situation going on. So I got two for $125 that's gonna hook to these on the wall on both sides of where I have the planter, or on both sides of the house, right? And we'll hang these cute solar light lanterns. I'll give you guys an update and I'll show you how that looks. I'm really excited. You can hang either a planter on here, solar lights, like a spring sign or welcome sign, whatever, but we want to make it look cute. And I also want to put night lights and decorate it so that at night it's pretty, you know, and especially in the fall when we want to do our s'mores fires in the back and we're sitting down, it has more of a lounge feel. So that's what we're working on. It's just very expensive. Another great buy from the Dollar Tree, guys, is this adorable mister. I love this. I have a very similar mister to this. It's emerald green here, and it's also gold up top. The only thing is I bought it for definitely more than what I bought this one at a different store years ago, but recently this week when I was misting my chamomile, this part broke off and I was like, tragic. So when I went to the dollar store today and I saw these misters, I'm like, oh my god, $125. I was literally like, oh my god, let me check how much. I thought I was gonna say $5, to be honest, because my other one was around like $3 or $5, and I looked down and it's $125 for this beautiful, like very aesthetic looking, it's so cute mister. I love that it's actually glass, it's not plastic, and the mister is really light. On my other one, the mister was very heavy. So anyways, some seeds or seedlings require mist rather than actually having water poured over it, because it could either overly drench or ruin the leaves. It weakens the stem when you pour water over it. So something like, for example, when I start up a chamomile or my kale seeds, it's so fine at first that if I just pour water over it, I could weaken the stem. So they recommend to use a mister. And I bought two. I got one for the front of the house for my little plants there, and I'll put on the table. And this one would be for the back of the house, and it'll be near the greenhouse. I already have this water, but it's besides the point. This is an old gem, but not for some things. For other things, I'm using her. Another great purchase that I found was this door hanger. Now, I'm a little picky when it comes to these because I'm like, it's right in front of the house, or I could put it in the back to decorate the wall. But I got this one. I love it. It's super cute, very springish. It says welcome. It's pink and with the little bees. I really love it. And this was $5. So this is one of those $5 items I got, but it's worth it. I love wreaths, the floral wreaths to go in front of the house. But the thing is, I have a little bird situation, which is a good problem. I'm not mad about it at all. But I guess it's a good problem to have just because I love seeing the birds there. I also have some planters in the front where they build a nest. It's wild to think, like, but it's so cool at the same time to see life happen in front of your very own eyes, in front of my house, and that they chose my home to do that in. But the situation is that I had a like a leaf aesthetic wreath on my door, and the birds would hide there and begin to clip the leaves, and they were fake leaves too. They'll clip it to use for their nesting, so they would destroy it. So I'm like, I can't put flowers on my wreath anymore, so metal it is. And it's still pretty and it still has flowers, so we're gonna do that for $5. It's not bad at all. Awesome. Okay, and then to have another hanging situation along with, where is it? Where did she go? Oh, so I have some trees near the greenhouse and in, you know, around my backyard. So they have really long, heavy, like, you know, strong stems. They're thick, strong stems where I know I could hang something and it'll do just well. I did that a few months ago, or like last year, and it didn't fall. So these are also fairly light, so I got these again. I don't do too much of these type of things, but this, I thought this one was so cute. It goes with my whole butterfly thing, and it has a bell, and it's something about hearing a wind chime or a light bell or like trickling water in your garden. I love that. And then on another area I'll have this hanging so that the hummingbirds could be fed, and hopefully they enjoy the food from my wildflower hummingbird blend. So yeah, I'm so excited about that. Also, when I was on the way out of the Dollar Tree, because if I kept looking out, just kept grabbing, I just get ideas as I see things. Now I don't just buy everything because you want to see quality and stuff, but they have some good steals. All right, now the final thing I purchased was this actual Miracle-Gro potting mixture that I found on the way out of the store. I was like, what? They have potting mix at the Dollar Tree? I think I trusted it a little bit more because it was a brand that I was familiar with, that I kind of recognized. So I was like, okay, and you know, I'll try different things, but especially when, you know, choosing a soil for food or flowers is a different scenario. You know, if it's just for flowers, I'm less strict on the soil because it's florals, I may not eat it. But if it's food, I'm a little like, okay, what's in the soil, you know, that's gonna go into my the vegetable or the fruit, whatever you're planting. But I needed a little bit more soil for some pots I was preparing, so I got this bag. And guys, at the other store I got a bag that was maybe twice the size for like 16, so I thought this was gonna be like maybe $7 or $8. I only spent $3 on this one, and it's 8 quarts dried, so it's not too bad, not too shabby. It's good. It helps for it to supplement my yard, my backyard. And well guys, there's my Dollar Tree haul. All the items, everything I just showed you, for a whopping $30. And when calculating, if I was to purchase these same or similar items somewhere else, I would have easily spent $89. So I saved a lot of money. It's worth it. Check out the continuing vlog. I'm going to give you guys a brief tour or update on how things are coming along and looking. Remember, planting, sowing, and harvesting is a process, but you could learn so much from gardening and also benefit. It's also very therapeutic and relaxing, but it's also so satisfying to say that you sowed a seed and you saw the fruit come out, and you could harvest your food and enjoy that with your family. Guys, remember, God, Jesus loves you. He created everything with intention, from the seeds we plant to harvest zucchini and to the point of making you. So the same way that all the seeds have something that is going to grow and purpose, the same way that you have purpose and you can grow. So take care, guys. I hope you enjoyed this vlog, this haul, and know that everything's possible in Christ, and you could also accomplish your spring to summer garden on a budget. Tag along, and don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so that YouTube notifies you when I post another video. Thank you for watching, guys. Much love. Until next time.